bearing with me. So this is my first time on YouTube. So I'm on YouTube and Instagram. So if you see me looking down, I'm on YouTube. If you see me looking up, I'm on Instagram. And if you see me looking this way, I am looking at my notes. So I'm waiting for you guys, a couple trickle in. If you can, just comment down below. I'd love to see who is on here. I'm gonna write something in the chat. All right, so this week's training really started as a series last Thursday. I was talking to you guys about how to increase your boutique sales, and this really applies even if you don't have a boutique, even if it's just an online store. But what happened was I really had a lot to say about capturing customer reviews that it took up the entire 30 minutes. So I only got through one part of my training. And so this is part 2 of my training. And so if you missed part 1, you can actually see it here on YouTube, and you can actually see it on my replay. So if you are on my Facebook group, you can watch it there. If you're not, you can just request to be in my Facebook group. Just search on Facebook, Bet on Yourself Business Hub. Once you get access, you'll be able to access all my previous trainings. So you definitely want to check out the reviews. If you're not collecting reviews, you definitely should. All right, so today's topic really I'm going to start with talking about pop-ups, right? And before I really get into it, I want to know, like, comment your name so I know you're here. I like for these trainings to be interactive, right? We all sit in through many Zoom calls where we just kind of sit there and like get talked at by people at work or whatever. And so I don't want this to be another one of those trainings. I want it to be interactive. So engage. If something isn't landing, put it in the comments. If something is making sense or something that you really resonate with, put it in the comments below. I want to know who's on. So go ahead and comment if you're tuning in right now. I love having both the Instagram and the YouTube. It's pretty cool. So I'm so excited for you guys to be here today. It's part 2 of the How to Increase Your Sales series. So, last week I talked about reviews. And so today I'm going to talk about pop-ups and email marketing. Now, you guys probably have heard me talk about pop-ups over and over again. And if you're tuning in, drop your name. I want to know. Okay. So pop-ups, I talk about pop-ups all the time because honestly, I feel like a lot of people are not doing enough pop-ups. If you sell any product of any sort, any physical, tangible product, you would benefit from doing a pop-up. And I see actually so many people that I follow who have boutiques, who have online stores, who have just any other products, accessories, who don't do pop-ups. And it literally drives me nuts because I'm like, you are leaving so much money on the table. In fact, I just had a coaching call with one of my students last week. She's a new coaching client, and she actually told me, she's like, most, if not all of the sales that I make for my boutique are from pop-ups. So imagine if she's online, by the way. She's an online boutique, but she does pop-ups. Now imagine if she didn't do the pop-ups. Like her sales would be like really, I don't know if she would have sales. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. So I talk about pop-ups over and over because you should do them. If you have a product-based business and you want to increase your sales, you want to increase your audience, you want people to engage with your product, especially if you're a new brand, then you have to do pop-ups. I'm not telling you that you should consider them. I'm telling you, you have to do them. And here's why. So pop-ups was how I grew my business, my clothing brand, which, by the way, I'm wearing my dress today. This is a dress I designed for my clothing brand, Swap and Strut. Gotta represent. So it's how I grew my clothing brand business. It's how I was able to launch it, to really sell it to people and meet new customers. Because when I launched, no one knew who I was, right? Like I didn't have any like credibility. I'm a self-taught fashion designer. So the way I did it was through pop-ups, because if I would have waited for people to shop online, I never would have made any sales. Because what are the odds that someone's going to search, fashion design clothing for women? They're going to get a bunch of other brands and not mine because I didn't rank number 1 on Google. And chances are you probably don't either. So the way I did it to organically grow my business was through pop-ups. So I've hosted over 100 days of pop-ups. Literally over 100 days of pop-ups. Actually, it's probably closer to 200 days of pop-ups. I am the pop-up queen. I preach pop-ups. Everyone should do pop-ups if they have a product-based business. So what have I learned throughout these pop-ups is that pop-ups are so powerful. Pop-ups are so powerful, guys. So what I want you guys to know is the power of pop-ups and why you should consider them, right? Um, First off, you can bring your product to market, right? You know how everyone says, oh, you should go where your audience is. And sometimes it's like, well, where is my audience, right? And oftentimes we try to find ways to digitally get there. Like if we know our audience hangs out on YouTube, we try to comment or post on YouTube, but there's a far greater way that you can literally go where your audience is and meet them in person. And that is through pop-ups. So you bring your product to market because you collaborate with businesses that complement your products and you guys share the same audience through complementary products. So you bring your product to market. You literally pack up your product and you bring it to market. You get feedback on your product. Number 2. So when I first started my clothing brand, I launched with a 15-piece collection, and which was a lot, by the way. And I got so much good feedback. So when people came to my pop-up, I would just encourage them to try it on. I really made my pop-ups fun. I had drinks. So it was like a place where people can come and hang out. We could sit and chat and drinks. And so it was all fun because I had my friends there, new customers were there, and I would ask them to try on. And I said, just try on. I just want to see how it looks. Just give me your feedback. And I would ask for my feedback. And that's the Chicago train. So that's the train. Hopefully it's not too loud. But anyway, when the women tried on the clothes, this was my first collection. So I didn't know what colors resonated with people, what styles people liked, how it fit on other people besides me and my fit models. So it was really an amazing way to get feedback on oh, if this dress just had an adjustable strap, it would be perfect. Noted. Oh, if this were in a different color, this would be amazing. Noted. Oh, if this wasn't so revealing, I would purchase this. Noted. So guess what I did when I produced my second collection? I integrated the same feedback that I got from my customers. Now, is this making sense? If this is making sense, I want you to drop a 100 in the comments, in the chat below. So really, that feedback is so critical because your first line of products are not going to be perfect. They're not. They're simply not, because there's always room for improvement, right? So it allows you to get that feedback. Maria. Hey, Maria. It's one of my coaching students. Hey, Maria. Okay. 3, you organically grow your audience while capturing emails and social media followers. Now, how does that work? When you collaborate with another business on a pop-up, you want to collaborate with someone who has a physical space, right? Whether it's a salon, a shoe store, jewelry store, or another boutique, if you're a fashion designer, then when you set up shop, you literally pop up, you are going to meet their traffic, their foot traffic you're going to be exposed to, right? So as people come in as new customers that you've never met before, but that are complementary because of the business you're partnering with, as they walk in through the doors, that is your opportunity to engage with them and ask them for their email and ask them for their social media. Now, it might seem a little aggressive, to just ask for an email, but there's a smooth way to do it. The quick way that I used to do it was I basically would offer people a free gift card. So even if they didn't buy anything, I would just say, hey, if you drop your name and email before you go and your Instagram, I'll email you a $50 gift card for the next collection. So basically I had little strips of paper where it said name, email, Instagram, or TikTok, or whatever it was, and they would put in their information, and then literally I drop them in a jar. So bam, even if they just pass and they engaged with my product and they seemed interested, I got their name and email, and I was growing my email list, and I was growing my social media following with new customers, right? I was adding in new customers, because at the end of the day, you can't keep selling to your friends and family over and over again, because that's not sustainable. They'll probably buy from you the first couple times because like they want to support you. But after a while, like if they don't believe in your product, they're not going to buy. And most often, like your friends and family are not your target market anyway. So you want to make sure that you're gathering new audiences. Okay, the next one is this is this is probably the biggest one. You increase your sales. Simple as that. You increase your sales. It is so much easier to sell something in person when people can touch, feel, interact with your product, see it, than it is to try to sell something online. Because again, especially something that people haven't interacted with, something that's new, something like if it's a new collection, like a new clothing brand or a new product, it is so much easier to get someone to buy something in person because they can test it out, they can witness it. At the same time, you get to share your story, your mission, which is what sets you apart from all the other brands. Being able to connect with them on a human level, because people buy from people that they like, right? So if they can meet you, if they like you, if they love your energy, if they buy into your mission and your story, then they're most likely going to buy your product, right? And so being able to have these in-person interactions are going to boost your sales tremendously, right? Now, going back to the example of my coaching student who literally told me last week that most, if not all of her sales come from the pop-ups. Imagine all the money she would have left on the table if she just stayed online. And so what I'm telling you is if you are a online boutique, a clothing boutique especially, you are leaving money on the table by not doing pop-ups. Now, I've talked to a lot of boutique owners and they always say, I don't know where to start and I'm scared. You're basically telling me that you're scared of making money. The last one, and there's so many benefits, but I want to keep it rolling, is you capture content. Number 5, you capture content. That's the power of pop-ups. So as I said, like while I had my friends and new customers try on clothes, if they looked good and if I jive with them, I would say, hey, do you mind if I take a picture for my Instagram or take a video? And so I would literally take pictures of these women trying on the clothes, the front, the side. I would take like little cute boomerangs or videos, and I was capturing content as I was doing pop-ups. So at the end of the pop-up, I had so many pictures, so many videos. I even took pictures of me like interacting with my products, took pictures of my friends, took pictures of people who came. So I had content for the next pop-up, but also I could show my product on different bodies and on different people. And what happened is I would tag those new customers on social media in the videos, in the photos. And guess what? Most often they shared it. And when they shared it to their followers, I was getting a couple followers from them. So it's a win-win situation, right? And you can use these photos as a way to convince or incentivize people to come to your new pop-ups next time. So people get FOMO. So, I mean, that's the power of pop-up. So if you haven't done a pop-up yet, you need to do a pop-up, plain and simple. I'm not suggesting it anymore. I'm not asking you to consider it. I'm telling you, if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your boutique, if you want to make money from your business and sales, you need to do pop-ups. Hey, if you're on, just drop a comment. I want to know who is on here. Okay. So basically, if you want to learn more about pop-ups, I created a pop-up course. Literally, I told you I've done over 100 days of pop-ups. I created a pop-up course. It's super affordable. It's only $49, but it's a digital course that walks you through all the steps that I did. Like on a single weekend, on an average weekend, I would make $6,000 in a pop-up. So I like easy money, right? Like it's just, so I created a pop-up course that talks about literally how to find collaborators, businesses to collaborate with, to what equipment you should bring, to like how you should sell, to how to dress the day of the pop-up, to what to eat the day of the pop-up. Like I've got all the tips for you. So if you want to get that video, if you want to get that course because like you're nervous or you don't know where to start, but you want to do pop-ups, definitely get that course. You can either go to my link in bio and just search for the pop-up protocol, or you can just message me in the comments here on YouTube. I'm going to drop the link. You can just click on that and check out. Again, it's only $49. You're going to make that money back tenfold once you do hold your pop-up. So I want to check in on Instagram Live, see who's on. I love this idea. Hey, Cassie Beach, she's having a pop-up soon. And yeah, I wanted to mention that literally a lot of my coaching students, like I preach and preach pop-ups. A lot of my coaching students are going to have pop-ups this season. I have Cassie Beach, Daisy. I've got several Miles, Natalia. She's highly magnetic, Maria, Shop M&I Boutique. I've got, who else is doing one? Basically a bunch of my students are doing pop-ups. So like, you need to get on this, girl. Like you need to stop playing, stop being scared of money and start doing this. Okay, that's it about pop-ups. Again, if you want to learn more, just go to my pop-up protocol course, link in bio. Just go to the YouTube link on YouTube or just message me if you can't find the link. So moving on to other and bigger things. Email marketing. This is another way to increase your sales like tremendously, okay? So there are several ways that you can make money even outside of the pop-up, right? And email marketing comes important once you do have that email list. So if you're doing pop-ups, you're going to be building up your email list, because as people walk in, those new customers, you're going to be taking in their name and email, because I just gave you that tip, right? You're not going to miss out on that. So next time you have a pop-up, you're going to collect email addresses and social media handles. So as you grow your list, you have to make the best use out of email marketing. Okay, and here's why it's so important. I know a lot of you guys snooze on this because I know it can be a lot of work to set it up. But if you set it up right, the first time you do it is all the work you have to do. And then it's like automatic for the most part. This is why you need to consider email marketing. So when you post something on Instagram, I did my research. I'm a research and stats girl. When you post something on Instagram, only 10% of your followers see your post. Only 10%. So when you post something, and let's say you have 1,000 followers, only 100 will see them. And like you spend so much time on social media on creating the perfect post for only 10% of your followers to see them, right? Like that's low. That sucks. That just means like, that's just not it, right? So I did some research, and the average email open rate for the apparel and accessories business, which is your business if you have a clothing boutique or accessories boutique, is 32%. 32%, the average email open rate, 32%. And again, that's average. So it could be higher or lower, but that's 3 times more than the 10% of Instagram. So literally when you send an email, you are reaching 300 people as opposed to 100. You are reaching that much more many people. And the great thing is you can customize your emails so that they feel personalized, so that you can even use their name. So it feels like intentional and it's very direct. Like you literally send it to their email. Now, if that hasn't convinced you yet, I did some more research. So 65% of email users check their emails 3 times a day. So even if you send an email in the morning or at night, people are checking their email a minimum of 3 times a day. That's crazy, right? And 94% of email users are between the ages of 25 and 44. So if you are targeting anyone between 25 and 44, if you're targeting women in their 30s, you need to do emails because they use email. So going back to the point of you got to go where your market is. Your market, if she's between 25 and 44, she's using email. She's checking her email 3 times a day, and she's opening her emails more than she's opening your Instagram posts. So if that doesn't convince you enough, then I don't know what will, because simply doing Instagram is not enough. Like I'm telling you guys, it's not enough, especially when you're capturing those email lists from those pop-ups. You got to nurture that list, your audience, right? So how can you make money? Well, the first one is pretty simple. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways, and I'm going to try to run through these because I've got 9 minutes, but I might go a little over. It's fine. So the first way you can make money is promotional and sales emails, right? So it's a way for you to send out a promotion or a sale. Like if you're just switching in to your spring inventory and your winter inventory still hasn't sold, you've got some that you're going to sell on markdown. Sure, you can post it as a sale on your website, but if you don't tell anyone about it, no one's going to know about it. No one's going to buy it. So you have to tell people, right? So this is a perfect time to email your list and say, hey, see those cute styles you liked? They're on sale now. Click here. And you add a button that literally sends them to the sale page, right? Like you make it super easy for them to shop. And also any promotion. So if there's like a Black Friday sale going on, you can send that as well. Now, don't fall into the trap of doing way too many promotions. That's a different story for another time. But just when you do have them, this is a great way to just like send them out, right? To let people know. Also, new arrivals. When you've got new arrivals in your store, people love to see new stuff, especially if you can get pictures of your products before they actually arrive to kind of build anticipation to say, these products are going to be arriving in 2 weeks. These products, one more week to go. Tomorrow, we're launching, the new collection is launching, right? So building that anticipation for new products. People love new products. And again, if you upload new products, you don't tell anyone, no one's going to go. No one's going to know about it, right? So new arrivals. Here's a strong, really good one that a lot of people don't implement. Abandoned cart emails. So oftentimes, think about like your own shopping habits online. Oftentimes you are looking at something and you add it to your cart, but then like you look at another thing, which ends you in another website, and you look at another thing, or someone calls you, or you get on Instagram, and then you forget what you're doing. It's happened to me. But you have these things on your cart that you're kind of like on the fence about, or maybe you were just like, you were considering it, but didn't buy. There are plugins or apps that you can integrate your shopping platform. So if you use Shopify, WordPress, what other ones are there? Like basically any of the e-commerce websites, the host platforms, you can integrate an app or like they call them plugins to capture those abandoned emails, like those abandoned carts, and you're actually able to send them emails saying, and you don't actually have to do anything, right? You just have to set it up the first time, like a template, and the system will automatically do it for you. They'll send an email to that person and say, hey, realize you were checking this, or you forgot something, right? And from there, like you can either like offer a discount to really incentivize them to buy, or just remind them and be like, oh yeah, I forgot, I was going to check that out, but someone called me, or I ended up scrolling on TikTok for 2 hours. So it's a really good way to capture that money that would otherwise be left behind. And you already know those people are hot leads. Like they're like intending to buy, which is amazing, right? I didn't look up a stat on this, but I'm going to look at a stat. Like what's the average number of people of recovered sales that people get from abandoned cart emails? I'm pretty sure it's a lot. Even if it's like 5%, that's still a 5% increase in your sales. So make sure you set that up. Okay. Another one is cross-selling. So this is really cool because you can use email marketing to cross-sell products. Now, cross-selling is simply just selling someone else another product. So let's say you are a boutique and you have dresses, right? And you also sell shoes, right? So when someone buys something, you can then send them emails, just depending on how you organize it, saying, I see you bought this dress other people liked, or pair this with, and it could be like a shoe, a jewelry, or even like a shrug if you're like clothes only. So cross-selling is a way to really just like make more sales, but also because those people have already made a purchase. If they already bought this, like if someone buys this dress, I already know that they are more likely to buy something that goes well with it. So maybe these earrings, or maybe these boots, these white boots that I like to wear it with, right? So being able to add in those complementary products is so key to boosting your sales. And depending on your hosts, again, there are ways that when you upload product, you can actually tag products that go with that product. So like if I were to upload this dress on my website, like I know when I use WordPress, it asks me like, are there any other products that coincide with this product? Then that's when you can go in and say, actually, those earrings that I have will look really good. And you tag it. And those boots that I have will look really good. I sent out my emails. Yes, Maria. Yes, good. So once you set that up, like even when people are shopping, I don't know if you've noticed, like when you go shopping and like you hit a skirt and you scroll down and it says similar items, that's how that comes up because things are tagged on the prior end when they're uploaded. So these cross-selling emails are like you don't even have to set it up. If you know someone bought like a certain dress, you can send an email to all the people that have bought this certain dress and say, hey, you can buy this, I see you like this dress. This goes so well with these boots, etc. So cross-selling is a just like a way to maximize those sales because most of your money is going to come from repeat customers. Repeat customers. So if a person buys once, they're more likely to buy again, obviously, if they were happy with the outcome of your product. So those are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips on how to make money or how to increase your boutique sales with email marketing. I could go in on email marketing, but it's going to take me longer than 30 minutes. So that might be another separate training that I do that I really dive into. So last notes, because you joined me here, because you took time out of your day, because you are committed to increasing your boutique sales, I am offering, for those of you listening, I'm offering my one coaching call for free. Like if you, not for free. So one coaching call, take that back. One coaching call for a discounted price of $99. So typically my coaching calls are $250 a call, so $250 an hour. So if you're curious about working with me, if you're curious about working with a business coach, if you want to find ways to increase your boutique sales, or if you just want me to look at your website and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Like, why is this not working? I see other people are making sales, I'm not. So if you want just even that, this is a good way for you to have a no strings attached introductory coaching call and check me out and see if we vibe. So if you've been thinking about working with me and you're on the fence, this is a good time to take advantage of that. So go ahead and just message me, Coach 99. Message me Coach 99 on Instagram or just comment down below and I will reach out to you. But essentially you can get one coaching call, 1 hour with me, one-on-one at a discounted price of $99, which typically go for $250. Okay. So again, I have moved these trainings over I used to host them in my Facebook group live. Now I've switched them over to YouTube, which is down here. And today I just decided to do Instagram live as well, just because I wanted to be out there. So if you are on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on Instagram, go to my YouTube channel. It's called Quit Your Job and Get Creative, and subscribe. And you can actually watch my video podcast there, because all my podcasts have a video component to it. And you can actually see the people who are talking and their reactions. So, and if you haven't yet, make sure to go listen to my podcast, Quit Your Job and Get Creative. There are new episodes on there. It's the stories of women who have quit their 9-to-5 jobs and started creative businesses. So was this helpful for you guys? Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to check the Instagram live. Selfie Queen Samantha joined. Hey, Samantha. Okay, guys. So I'm here at a time. I hope you guys really take this to heart. Again, if you are a boutique owner who's just online and you haven't done pop-ups, do pop-ups. I'm not even kidding. Just do pop-ups. If you have any questions about pop-ups, you can just get my course. It's $49, literally. And it's in my link in bio. It's called Pop-Up Protocol. So search for Pop-Up Protocol or just message me if you can't find the link. I also dropped it in the link for those listening on YouTube. And last but not least, you need to start nurturing that email list. And not because I said so, because the number said so. Again, 10% of people see your see your Instagram posts. 32% of people will see your emails. 10%, 32%. And I'm not saying that you should do one or the other. If you can do both, great. But if I were to prioritize something, it would definitely be my email list. So if you haven't started doing that, go ahead and do that. Now, if you have any questions for me, anything whatsoever, go ahead and message me. You know, I'm always here for you. And if you have any ideas for future trainings for next week, let me know, because I have these every Thursday. All right, guys, have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will talk to you guys soon. So bye.